Welcome back to another episode on the See Through It podcast. I am your host, Brian Sales. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day. It's been a while since I've been on. It's been a while. I think it's been about a week. I was supposed to do an episode. Was it the week before and the week before or the week after? But I got bogged down with tons of homework. So then please accept my apologies for missing that Wednesday and that Friday. Been trying to educate myself, as I said a while ago on Twitter, that I'm trying to take care of this associate's degree and hopefully maybe go further in this education. But so far in the education, the college department, been learning a lot. And I find it fascinating that I've been able to apply it to different conversations that I've been having, and I've been learning a lot. So that's very exciting on that part. But here we are tonight. As you see, we're doing part 2 of me, but tonight is going to be my point of view on certain things that's been going on. But before we get into all that, go ahead and talk about my contact information, as you see there in the corner. To find me on Twitter, SeeThroughIt1. Please follow me there. If you have any topics you want to hear about, or if you're inquiring about purchasing different items, or what the show is about, please contact me at my email account, as you see it on the screen. And also, please go by and like and follow the Facebook page that I have going. Also, I'm on YouTube, but I don't know how long I will be on YouTube, because I've saw an article via another person that shared it on Twitter, and it said that YouTube might be censoring all this YouTube channels if you're not bringing in enough money to keep if they don't feel like your channel is doing enough, or I forget, the word is slipping my mind, but if your channel is not important to them and it's not bringing in money to them, or it's not serving its purpose for them, then they might delete you off without any without asking you or giving you a reason why. So the article read as a censorship. So we're going into some dangerous time, folks. And was it back when Obama was president? He signed in a lot of stuff to our liberties. We're going to be at stake. And I'm not saying this is one of them, but the ability to have your own channel and speak on things that you feel that are commercially viable. Thank you, Papa. That you feel that should be spoken on, they're going to be able to go in there and take your channel right off, just destroy your channel, and you have no say so. So people, wake up. Pay attention to what's going on in the world. I don't even think it's if it's a Democrat versus Republican type deal anymore. I think it's more of a good versus evil. Your freedom versus they controlling every aspect of your life. With me saying that, I don't even know if this is going to be on YouTube for long. But anyway, as I'm here now and the channel is still up, so I will be saying things that I've given my point of view on things. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Last Monday was Veterans Day, so happy late Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters out there. It's an honor to serve with the ones that I served with. I was dual service. I was in the Navy my first time up, and then I recently just got out of the Army, got retired from the Army due to some injuries, and maybe I'll have a whole episode on that whole situation. I'm still dealing with the mental aspect of my time in the Army and how it ended, but maybe we'll dive into that on one episode. But Veterans Day, I've always, when I first got out the Navy, and I had told my mom, I was like, I don't feel like I'm respected, or no one's is honoring my duty or my service. And she said, it stuck with me forever. She said, if you join to get praises from other people, then you join for the wrong reasons. And it makes so much sense. But I think I was feeling something else deeper. I think I was feeling the fact that this country as a whole doesn't respect the men and women that go and sacrifice their time, their life, everything for this country to come back to nothing. I think I was when I came back. Um, when I came back, I was in a dark spot. I was looking for work. I couldn't find any work. Um, I had just got divorced, so I was sleeping on my brother's couch. Um, it was getting rough. It was so much going on. It was getting rough, and I remember I had an interview at McDonald's, and the lady kept mentioning, "You're gonna be taking a huge pay cut to work here," and I was like, "I don't care. I just want to work." And that was the end of the interview. Like I didn't hear anything from her or anything, and it was the whole point of, or the whole fact of, I just wanted to work. I couldn't get a job interview at Taco Bell, Burger King, or anything. It was just, and that I think that what was bothering me. I just feel like the country. Well, that's a wide paintbrush. I don't want to paint the whole country as a whole, but certain places in this in America that doesn't honor or respect servicemen. There's different organizations. A while ago, there was an investigation on the NFL charging military to come on the field, hold the flag, and do their whatever special thing that they're doing. They charged the military service to come on the field and do that. That was eye opening. I was like, whoa. I thought that was just something free that they was requesting. They was like a nearby base. Hey, can you guys come and do this? No, they was charging them. They was making money off that. And when you hear stuff like that, you really? How is that? And then the second time around when I got out the army, I was looking at what my state was offering for veterans and active service members, and my state does nothing. It literally waits till that service member is about to die before they do anything, and it shouldn't be like that. The great state of Texas, and I say that because what they're doing for the military personnel down there. I'm not saying everything should be free or it should be tons of handouts or anything like that, but I feel like you should definitely be taking care of your service members that come back, especially the ones that come back to that state. You should be taking care of them. Again, this is not about a handout or give me this, I deserve, or I've earned, or I'm entitled. No. It's just, if we're so patriotic and we have this day, Veterans Day, what does it actually mean? What does it actually mean when we have homeless veterans, or we have veterans struggling and no one's doing anything about it? What does it mean? So definitely when elections come around and you have people running for office in your local district, you should be asking, what are we doing for the veterans, or what is going on? We should have more awareness about the things that are going on, that are happening to our veterans and service members. The 22 suicides. 22 suicides. I think that's daily for military service members. That shouldn't be happening. I seen a tweet from Elizabeth Warren, said, if I am elected president, I have a way to end all suicides. Like, when I saw that, I had to read it again because I thought maybe I was speed reading. And I didn't, you know how if you're speed reading, your mind will put words into places and take out words. So I was like, well, that's not what I read. Let me read again. And that's what she said. If she is elected, then if she is elected, she will end suicide. She has a way to end suicides. Well, that should not be your way of getting into the office by saying, if you elect me, I can end all suicides. But you have to elect me first before I give you the keys to end that. That's ridiculous. We are not pawns. We are not toys or anything so you can use to get into the office. If you support the military, you support the military. If you don't, then you don't. But don't use it so you can further what you're trying to do in your career. It's disgusting. People are really dying. When I was in the Navy, I had I think he was a seaman apprentice. It was right, we was doing Christmas leave, and we went on leave together. He went home, but it was at the same time. He went home, I went home, came back to Indiana, and then, 2 or 3 days, I got a text. And he ended up shooting himself with his AR because of the stresses of he was ramping up for deployment. And that's a very stressful time. And he ended up killing himself. And like, that was my first taste of like this is real. Like, some people can't handle it. Sometimes, like, the stress and everything becomes so much, and you feel like you don't have a way out. And so when she said that, that was a total put off. I was done with that comment. And again, if you support the military, support the military. Don't use it. If you don't, then you don't, which is fine, because this is America. You have those choices. So again, one day we'll get into my Army side of my military time and dive a little bit deeper into that. But that's a little touchy. So I'm dealing with some stuff with that. But we'll dive into that one day. But anyway, again, happy late Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters out there. As we transition. Tonight, a lot of stuff been talked about. And if you can see it, Colin Kaepernick. Most people would think it is kind of like a sports topic, but it also is it's a community topic also, because of the things that he did, how he went by doing what he did, and the reaction that one commentator is getting because he doesn't support the way Colin went by these tryouts. Now, Colin I would say he was blackballed for those 3 years. But would I really say that? His stats, the last time we saw him, he was horrible. He was horrible. You remember that he went to the Super Bowl. He took the team to the Super Bowl. Then after that, he did nothing. So he could have been a one-hit wonder. And there's been tons of players in the league that has been like that. It's been like that. But Colin was out of the league for 3 years. And people watch quarterbacks who shouldn't even been on a team get their chance at being a quarterback on an NFL team. So, we all know the story. So now he goes through the lawsuit. He gets a certain amount of money. He disappears, comes back. Nike makes a commercial, and everybody's at that. And then the NFL says, you know what? We'll give you a tryout. We're going to send 25 representatives from each team or whatever. You try out in a state-of-art facility in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. In the Mercedes Dome, you're gonna try out there. And we have this waiver. I don't really know what the waiver is all about, but apparently he didn't like it. And there can't be any cameras. Okay, so The tryout is happening. He decides that he wants to move it. He's not happy with the waiver or whatever, so he moves it. What I think they said an hour away at a high school field. As you see, he's wearing a Kuta Kinte shirt. And he's out there throwing. He has his receivers that he picked, and he's out there throwing the ball. I mean, when I was watching the video, it's him throwing deep balls and, making throws, but it's not any equipment, so I don't really know how good his arm is. They've always said he's had a rocket or a cannon for an arm, so, but I mean, it was just a regular, see if you can still throw the ball and blah, blah, blah. What I want to get down to is the fact that the shirt that he's wearing. Now, you feel like the owners blackballed you and the NFL is keeping you out of the league and blah, blah, blah. But you want to play in this league. You want to play in this league. And then you show up in a Kuta Kinte shirt. What are you saying? I find that very offensive. I would not show up to something like that wearing that shirt. I wouldn't. There's no reason to. What message are you sending out? Are you saying you're a slave to this league? What are you saying? Like what message are you sending to the younger generation? What message are you sending, period, that you would put on this shirt? You're trying out for owners in the NFL that you want to be a part of. That you want to be working for these people. Are you saying it's like a slave mentality? Well, you are the one who's complaining and vying to get back into the league. So why put the shirt on? What message? What are you trying to do? So that's my number one. I don't like that. When we was growing up, Mom and Dad used to tell us what we wear and how we dress ourselves, how we present ourselves is the first thing people are going to see. It's the first message. How you present yourself. And this is what he presented. Kuta Kinte. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Furthermore, I don't like that he's trying to control or trying to dictate what's going to be done and how it's going to be done. I get it. You want to have your transparency and you feel like you can't trust the league, so you're doing it your way. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. People, if you're wanting to work for someone, you wanting them to put you on their team, you got to play by their rules. I have never seen where you can come into an organization, make up your own rules, and say you're gonna follow my rules. I know this is your business, but I'm here now. And we're going to do things my way. It doesn't work like that. These teams have been around forever. These owners have been around forever. Who are you? That's what there's. Who are you? We're giving you the opportunity, and this is the way you're acting. It's not a good look. If anything, if it was me, I would have been like, okay, well, folks, they don't want any cameras around. They don't want any cameras, but this is the opportunity they're giving me to get into the league. I'm going to go and take this opportunity. I'm going to give it my best shot. And whatever happens from there on in, happens. It's up to the people to decide who is right and who is wrong. But right now, we can't even get to the NFL. We can't question their actions because of what you've done. We can't overlook this. Because I don't know any person that can go to a job and be like, no, we ain't going to do it that way. We're going to do it this way. And y'all meet me. It doesn't work like that. The NFL is a owner's league. This is not the NBA. This is not the NBA. You're not going to do whatever you want to do. You're not. You're wanting to play in the league. You got to follow their rules. And once you finally get into the league, then you can maybe raise those questions. Why didn't they want the cameras around? Why did it take 3 years for me to get a workout? But we can't even get to that door because you want to show up in a Kuta Kinte shirt. You want to hold your press conference where you make a statement, take no questions. You control everything. You think that's going to be good enough for you to get a job? You basically turned it into a PR stunt. You got cameras involved, drama. The league does not like drama, and you're creating drama, and you're not even on the team. It wasn't a good look. I don't know if he'll get a job. We didn't see much from him. Like I said, he was out there throwing the ball, deep passes, big yards. What does that look like in pads, helmet, someone rushing? What does that look like? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But if you feel like Colin is going to get a job and you feel like this wasn't disrespectful or it was normal for a player to act this way, please let me know in the comments. I mean, if I'm seeing this wrong, let me know. I help me to see through it. Help me to see through it because I can't get past the shirt. I was raised better than that. You don't put that shirt on and you show up to owners. And all the owners are white. Majority of them all white. And this is, I don't know. I don't know. We'll transition now. That's again, if you feel like he did it the right way and there's more to it, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, and we can get the conversation going. But I just want to know. Let me know. So as we transition, some more big news has been happening throughout this week, and I know everyone's been seeing it. We got the impeachment hearings going on. I was debating doing this for a while. I've been debating, talking about President Trump and everything that's been happening since the summer, actually. I wanted to get on here and talk about the border and all of that. I guess I just felt like it wasn't time, or I don't know. But now I'm talking about this, and this whole process has been a joke. They have nothing. They've been reaching, making up stuff. Literally, they have changed what he is supposed to be allegedly had done like 3 times. I think it was no pro quid, and then it was bribery. Oh, what was the middle one? I can't even remember the middle one. But then we switched it to bribery. I don't know what court in America where you can bring someone to trial and bring the charges up on manslaughter, and then switch it to attempted robbery, theft, arson, murder, maybe. Like, you can't do that. You have to have solid evidence to even bring a case to court. Democrats had nothing. They've been reaching since 2017, since he took office. Now, the problem I have with all of this, I think we've created a society where we can't even agree to disagree. We can't like something and someone else like something else. Like we've made it where we all have to either like or dislike something. That's not the case. We're all different. I'm pretty sure if you're watching me now, I do not look like you. I'm pretty sure we're not probably in the same age or tax bracket or education background or none of that. We're all different. Our values and morals are all different. So we see things differently. It is okay to disagree with one another respectfully. Like if someone is talking and they say something you don't like, okay, all right. You don't have to go in and be like, you know what? F you. You're an idiot. Blah, blah. How could... That's not needed. That's not needed. The media is driving us to be divided. They don't want to see us together. They don't want to see us being like, you know what? That's his point of view. That's her point of view. This is my point of view. Okay, cool, fine. Want to go play some basketball? Like, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They want to see us fighting. They want to see America divided, and we play into their hands constantly. There was a ABC News. I think they was talking about the lieutenant colonel, and they had went to Trump and they said Trump attacked the lieutenant colonel. And what Trump actually said was, I don't know the man. I've never seen him in uniform. I don't know the man. I would love to know what part of that statement is an attack. What part of that statement is an attack on that man? The lieutenant colonel, I respect because of his service, Purple Heart, combat veteran, combat service member. But the problem I have with him is I feel like he's lying. If I'm in that chair, my duty is to America and to the president. I'm not there to protect the whistleblower. That's not my job. That's the Senate or the whoever, but that's not my job. I felt like he was very wrong for that, to not answer those questions about... They weren't even asking about the whistleblower. They were trying to figure out who else did he tell. He leaked the information, which goes against OPSEC. If you're in the military, you know what OPSEC is. You do not leak information. I remember when we was going to deployment, we were not allowed to tell our family members where we were going, when we was going to hit those spots or anything. But you have a military service member telling people what's being said in conversation between an ambassador and the president and whoever else. That's not right. On top of that, he ignored the chain of command. Now, it doesn't even matter if you're in the military. We all know what the chain of command is. You follow the chain of command. You tell your superior if you tell that. You don't go around your chain of command and tell someone. That's not good. That's not good. You tell it all the way up to the top, and once you've exhausted all of those, then you go. But that wasn't the case. That's not what he did. That's not what he did. So I have a problem with that. Another issue thing that I have a problem with is that this whole process is ridiculous. Like, they're reaching for something. And again, you don't have to like the man. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like what he stands for. You don't have to like that he looks like an orange. You don't have to like any of it. You don't have to like that he's not a politician. It's a free country. But to sit there and lie and scheme and plan to try to get him impeached, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. Is his job to be likable? No, it's not. It's not. I find it alarming that we're so concerned about the things that's going on in Washington, but we don't pay attention to what's going on in our own neighborhoods, in our own local city governments. I don't think more than half of the country don't even know what the president's real job is. I want you guys to know that the president's job does not affect you in your local government. His foreign policies is maybe his federal regulations that he put in place, but that doesn't affect you directly. You know what does? Your city and state taxes, the mayor who's in office, who's appointing the chief of police. Those people affect you directly, not the man in Washington. His main thing is foreign relationships, and then some executive orders or some regulation for America. But for the most part, we should be more focused on local government. But people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. South Bend had a mayor named Pete Buttigieg who was running for president. Fired a black... Let me take that back because I don't even like how that came out. He fired a police chief who was black for taping his department to find out who were the racists in his department. Come to find out, there was some racism in the department, but he was fired. Fast forward 2019, a black man was shot by a police officer, and more racism showed up. The current police chief is still on, and nothing has changed. Now this man is running to be the president of America. South Bend has 100,000 people in it, and there hasn't been no real change. I wonder, how can he run America if he could not run and improve the city of South Bend? CNN, Fox, they won't come here and talk to the people of South Bend and find out who is this mayor. They won't do that. They won't do that. No one is interested in finding out who this guy is. But you should be. You should definitely be wondering, who is he? But no one's. He's rocketing up in the Iowa poll. It's crazy. But anyway, on this impeachment thing and about the president, you don't have to like him, but he did nothing wrong. The transcripts, you can download them and read them. I didn't see anything in there wrong. If anything, I agree. Take care of America first. Everyone else is second. There should have been an investigation on the Bidens a long time ago. If the number is correct, $16.5 million coming in from Ukraine. How and why? But because they hate President Trump so much. And I get it. I get why you don't like him. I get why you don't like him. He opens his mouth too much. He doesn't play by the rules. He's done everything he said he was going to do. Or definitely tried very hard to do what he said he was going to do. I get why you don't like him. You're not used to that. You're used to people saying things and then changing their mind when they get in the office and doing the total opposite. Or you're used to a yes man. Obama. Does he have some flaws? Absolutely. That man has flaws, but we all do. Has he said some things that was out of line? Absolutely. But please tell me, please, in the comments, email me, whatever. Tell me that you have not. If you have not, I would love to speak to you and learn your ways of not ever saying anything against another human being. That's the problem with society. We're so perfect that we're so perfect. He should be so perfect. No, he's a man. He's a human. He's going to make mistakes. But he's going to do some things that's not favorable. He's going to say some things that are not good. Does it make it okay? Absolutely not. No, it doesn't make it okay. Does it make it all right? No, we're not saying that. But a lot of things that he says, I think he says just to say it. And he allows people to interpret what he says. Does he know what he's doing? I believe he does. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's talking to a multitude of different people. That's why he tweets. If he speaks, people are going to be looking to see what he said. And even if it is something direct, they still will decode his message and to turn it into something else. So it doesn't really matter if he says it or not. People are looking for him to say something. They're looking for him to say something. During these impeachments, there's been 2 shootings. We haven't heard anything about the shootings. They're not really diving into the shootings, but there's been 2 shootings. You know what's more important than those shootings? I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or to show no compassion or anything like that. I'm just letting you know this is how the media is showing it off. Getting this president up out the office is way more important. Remember, gun control is so important. We gotta find ways to stop all the gun violence. The only way we're gonna stop gun violence is praying. It doesn't matter what law they put into place. It does not matter. Prayer is the only thing that's gonna stop the gun violence. And I know a lot of people, I can't listen to this no more. He's taking it to the religion. I'm just being honest. People don't like honesty no more. Laws are not going to stop people from getting guns illegally or finding them and shooting people. It's not. Ask the people in Chicago. You think them kids got those guns legally? What law did they abide by to get those weapons? Please, someone point out the law that they follow to get those weapons. Stop fooling yourselves. This is fake. It doesn't matter what law they put into place. The shootings will continue. And that's sad. We need to get back to praying. That's the only way the gun violence, the senseless killings is going to stop. I remember all summer, the border was a big conversation. The border and ICE. President Trump, he doesn't like immigrants and blah, blah this, blah, blah that. Well, I can't speak to that. All I know is that I've never heard him say anything crazy. I think I may have heard him say, go back to where you came from. I guess that's offensive. That could be offensive. I can see how that can be offensive. But it is his job to protect our borders. I don't know nowhere in this world that you can just appear in another country without showing the proper paperwork. You can't even get on a plane and travel to another state on a plane. I mean, you can drive, but you can't fly to another state without having the proper paperwork. I was in the military. We took a military flight from France, landed in Norfolk, and we still had to go through customs. We were still in uniform, and we had to go through customs. So I don't care. The border is there for a reason. We have checkpoints. There's a law on the books. If you are not following that law, you should be held responsible. There's checkpoints. If you want to come to America, fine and dandy. Come. Capture the dream. Come. Come the right way. And he said that so many times, but somehow that gets pushed under the rug. That's the problem. That's another issue with America. We hear what we want to hear. We ignore everything else. We look for the thing that can set everyone off. Boom, he said it. Record it. Send it out to every media outlet possible and get this fire going. It's not right. It's not right. Where was the same energy when Obama was doing the same thing? I don't know. Our borders should be protected. You can't go into another country without going through their checkpoints. It's just the law. It's that simple. ICE, I don't agree with ICE. If you allow people to come into this country and they've been here 5 plus 10, 15 years and they've been well established in the community, I don't see how you snatch them out of the community and they haven't done anything wrong. They have a clean record. They got a job. Their kids are in school. They're productive members of society in that community. I don't agree with snatching a family out of that community just because they got past you. Sound like you didn't do your job. It sounds like you didn't do your job. So if anything, I feel like ICE. If it's that should be there should be a limit. If a family's been here for 5 plus years, doing the right thing. I mean, we have families that's been here forever that have not contribute anything to society, but bad kids and just horrible. They contribute nothing. They've been leeches, freeloaders. If a family's been here 5 to 10 plus years, contributing to society, working their butts off to provide for their family and to fit in to that community, there's no way they should be taken out of the community. I don't even see how you can come to do that. It's easy. Go and check to see who's been here. I mean, if you find them and you do your investigation, see how long they've been in that apartment or whatever, and see what job they've been at. And if you see everything checked, they've been great citizens. There's no reason to remove them. They just bested you. Basically, catch the others. Stop allowing the media to paint a picture of everyone. Yesterday I saw, where was it? I think Kentucky, Indiana, I don't know. No, Oregon. The first line. A Hispanic illegal immigrant kills woman and was let go by Oregon Police Department. That's what they do now. They give you a description. They tell you what this person is so you can feel some type of way immediately. That's not needed. We're allowing the media to dictate how we feel against certain groups of people. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Black male shot by white cop. That incites some type of emotion in you. Let's do it again. Male shot by a police officer while he was trying to escape or resist arrest. Those are two different, that's two different things. The media says and uses words to incite anger, hatred. Stop allowing the media to do that. Use your own eyes and your own ears to see what's really real. This man is not that bad of a... Yes, we all have flaws. He's said some things that's questionable. He's done some things that is, you know, but we all have. We all have. Who, what was the other option? Hillary Clinton, who lied. So you rather have a proven liar in the office. I know a lot of you like, he's a liar too. I haven't seen the proof yet. If we're going to go back into people passes, then I guess. But this was a current situation, Benghazi and other things that Hillary Clinton has done. Stop allowing the media to dictate your feelings and play on your emotions. Stop allowing the media to divide us. We are all different, but we do not need them to tell us that we're different. We do not need them to point out all the differences and to play on those differences. The media is not your friend. They can care less. They don't care. They do not care. Each media outlet is ran by a person or group of people that have their own agenda. Stop watching the same channel. You're being brainwashed. Stop listening to the same people. Unless you feel like that person is good. And I'm not even talking about me. I'm just saying, excuse me, stop listening to people and that's pushing negative. That's pushing a negative energy agenda. That's trying to divide. If they're trying to divide, you do not need to be listening to it. We have enough things in our history and in this world right now to divide us. Every day is a struggle for every man and woman. We don't need those things planned on those differences to help divide us even more. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. So I think the impeachment is supposed to end next week or something like that. But whatever they end up doing, I don't know if I don't feel like it's a Republican versus Democrat. I feel like it's good versus evil. No problem. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a, I'll put this over here. I don't feel like it's a Democrat versus Republican. I feel like it's good versus evil. And we need to really be looking at who's good and who's evil. Right now, our civil liberties are at stake. Censorship, privacy. I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, that stuff has been dwindling. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. Just because they're Democrat don't mean they're for you. That's another, I don't know where that came from, where we have to be associated and tied to one party. You don't have to be associated and tied to that party. See what they're doing. Ask yourself, this group of people were in office for 8 years or so. What have I benefited from them being in office? Have I seen any improvement around me? What has been improved? Has my wages went up? Has my property tax went low? Has my life gotten better while they've been in office? You need to be asking yourself these questions. Don't wait till it's election time and they pop up. Hey, people, we need your vote. That's not how it works. They think that's how it works. You got to tell them that's not how it works. Show me what you've done. What have you done? Ask those questions. Ask yourself that question. What have they done? Don't lie to yourself. Don't make excuses. Well, they can't do this because they won't let them. Have they tried? People, pay attention to your local government. Pay attention to your local government. The president matters, but he doesn't have that strong effect on local things, local government. That's your governor, that's your district representative, that's your mayor, your city council, all those people. Pay attention who you're allowing in the office. Are they working for you or are they working for themselves? I see you, Emerson. I don't want to put that up there, but I see what you're saying, and it's sad. And I want people wake up. I'm trying to help you see through it. And if you have, I mean, if you feel like I'm off, I'm not on track, or if maybe I'm missing something, let me know. Join the conversation. Let's help each other see through whatever's going on. Let's help each other. We all live in America. And again, it's okay to agree to disagree. We can walk away from the conversation and say, okay, that's how he feels. This is how I feel. We don't have to shoot each other over some nonsense. I don't have to be a name because you feel a certain way. I don't have to be a coon or Uncle Tom or whatever the case may be, because this is how I view things. This is an open, honest conversation. We can walk away from the conversation and still like each other. We're different. We're all different. Different walks of life, different ages, different tax brackets, different education backgrounds, different religious backgrounds. So, not going to keep the show too long, but I guess I've kept it kind of long. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Like I said, I was gone for a minute, so I will be back Friday. We got some sports to talk about. You see the helmets, the top 4. We got some sports things to talk about on Friday, but Wednesday, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the things that need to be talked about and put some spotlights on some topics that need to be dealt with. So anyway, again, make sure I wish I didn't have any of my stuff up here unprepared. But if you're looking for coffee mugs, See Through It coffee mugs. Oh, I got one right here, though. The See Through It coffee mug. Let me know. Email me right here. The SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. I have large, medium, small. Just got small cups in black and white. Also, I have headbands. If you can go to the Instagram page, it's probably on the Facebook page too. Also, headbands featuring a lot of the headbands are the Warrior Collection, a little nod to the military background. Go to the Facebook page.com/STIPODCAST. Like and follow that. Get those numbers boosting. Also, got me a PayPal going. So if you want to contribute to the show, a little donation. If not, I'm not going to break your arm or put you in an arm bar to make you donate. But if you want to donate, PayPal me /SeeThroughIt. I greatly appreciate that. Also, if you're interested in buying coffee mugs or hoodies or any of that stuff, I accept PayPal. I haven't set up any other account, so I go through PayPal. And that is that. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or any gripes or any of that, let's talk about it. You don't have to hate me because of this episode. You don't have to be like, man, I'm not watching this filth no more. You don't have to be like that. We can talk about it. We open dialogue. We need more positive conversation. We need more conversations. No more of this hate messages and curse riddled conversation. We need actual conversations and real things being said. So thank you again for tuning in. And remember, don't be blinded by the media. Make sure you see through it. #See Through It. I am your host, Brian Sales. This is the See Through It podcast. Thank you again and peace.